Trump was referring to his decision last week to repeal the Obama administration's 2015 Affirmatively Furthering Fair Housing (AFFH) rule. That rule, written under the Fair Housing Act, required local governments to prove that federal subsidies for housing projects would not go to developments with zoning laws or other regulations that are effectively discriminatory to minorities, particularly Black and Hispanic Americans. The Department of Housing and Urban Development (HUD) on Thursday repealed the AFFH with a measure that gave local governments significantly more flexibility and benefit of the doubt to establish their own fair housing guidelines. While the Obama rule previously required localities to draw up plans to address housing discrimination, the Trump administration gutted it more than 2 years ago. HUD claimed that the original rule effectively stripped local control over regulations and drowned localities with onerous and unnecessary paperwork. Trump, however, has pitched the repeal as a way to preserve suburbs, drawing on the long history of resistance to fair housing and low-income housing projects in affluent areas, typically along racist and classist lines. Opponents of efforts to expand access to housing beyond the well-off and white have long claimed that such projects would harm property values and increase crime. Studies have found that investments in low-income housing typically reduce or do not increase crime while reducing segregation, but may cause homeowners to sell for a cheaper price when such projects are built in affluent areas. Trump's Wednesday claims are his latest attempt to appeal to suburban voters with less than 100 days until Election Day. The president has baselessly claimed for months that the election of former Vice President Joe BidenBiden hits Trump's law and order message. He's trying to scare the devil out of people. Biden notes show talking points about Kamala Harris, the opportunity cost of Congress's big tech, antitrust obsession. More, the presumptive Democratic nominee, would bring a total destruction of law, order and the economy, particularly in suburban areas. The Suburban Housewives of America must read this article, Trump tweeted, referring to an op-ed written in support of his repeal of the AFFH rule. Biden will destroy your neighborhood and your American dream. I will preserve it, and make it even better.